Good evening, my lovelies, and welcome back to that there show that is known as the one, the only, the amazing, the Radio Cosmos Live. We're right here on the second floor of the Advanced Technology Center on the beautiful campus of Gulf Coast State College. Panama City, Florida, USA, Northern Hemisphere, third mile from the sun. Yes, I did the spiel. Tonight, we're going to have one of the best, coolest, up-and-coming local bands in Northwest Florida right here in this studio. It is the Nova on Radio Cosmos Live. Roll that beautiful intro footage.
Satellite online.
Transmitting from the third mall from the sun. You have tuned into Radio Cosmos.
All right, hey, this is your host, Mike Thompson, back here on Radio Cosmos Live. Today, I am thrilled to have the Nova here. So, guys, how you doing over there? Tell us a little bit about the band, introduce the players, and how you guys got together.
Well, Mike, thanks for that beautiful intro. I didn't know that we were that good, but thank you. I'll introduce everyone your right to left. On the electric guitar, we got Mr. Grant Talent over here. In the full band, he also plays keys and sings. On percussion, on the cajon, we got Mr. Will Dolan. And then my name is Brady Hughes. I'm the front man, one of the guitar players and keyboard players. We're super excited to be here. We've been talking about this for weeks. This has been a really exciting thing to rehearse for. We've never really done this style of show. Will just got his cajon. We've really just started working on this concept. We've rehearsed a few times, and it sounds pretty good, so we're really excited to be here. Again, thanks for having us. God, how long have we been together? Our first release was April of 2024, so last year. We had been together for a handful of months before that, and probably 4 or 5 months. Me and Grant actually started the band. We played together for, 4 years now? We've been playing together, 3.5 years, 4 years. When I had like a solo project band called Brady Hughes and the Spectrum. He was the Spectrum. He was the rhythm guitar player and one of the other singers. And me and Will, actually, two of the first bands I was ever in were with Will, and they were totally different. We were like progressive instrumental metalcore, lots of screaming, lots of heavy music, lots of raw. I think we just got a little bit, we grew up a little bit and we got a little lazy. So now I grew up a little bit.
And now you're beating on a box.
Now he's banging on a box.
But with attitude. I like that.
But we've done a lot in our, I guess, less than a year kind of working. We last year got to play the Billfish tournament out at Bay Point in Panama City Beach. Had an incredible crowd. We talk about it all the time. One of our best shows that we ever played was that. And not a month later, we got to open for our very good friends in the band My Fever at Aaron Besant Park, the amphitheater out at Pier Park on the beach as well. Yeah. Great guys, great band, incredible band. Grant actually got to play. His brother is part of the band. He got to fill in for his brother because he was unable to come play, so he got to play the whole time. So we've done a lot. We've been on the road a pretty good amount of times. We've got great streaming numbers, and everything is just kind of starting to come to fruition. Beautiful.
Yeah. Now, you guys have been writing a lot of music, right? How does that normally go as far as the three of you working together? Is there one person that kind of writes it and then the other guys fill in the blanks?
That's really kind of the way. I do a lot of the songwriting, but by the time that I show it to the guys, it's usually not even close to done. It's usually, hey, here's the idea, a drum track, some basses and some synths and guitars and like a rough vocal, maybe. Half the time I show it to them and they're like, you got lyrics? I'm like, no. And those don't show up for months. One of the songs we're going to play today, we actually we wrote 2 weeks ago. We were in the studio working on the song, and there were no lyrics for it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in the other room and just start spitballing until something sticks. And then we recorded it. So now it's pretty much almost done. It just has to get mixed. But that's usually the way it'll go. We all do a lot of writing, though. You know, whether we use it or not. I mean, I might write something, we don't use it. Grant might, will start something. And we try to be as collaborative as possible, because the last thing we want is to get pigeonholed and not be able to finish writing anything. If only one of us was doing all of it and no help from the others, it'd be really hard to, put anything out, especially in like a band like this where we're trying to span multiple genres all at once. We all come from like violently different backgrounds in music. So it's really nice to be able to kind of put everything together. I mean, like Will at his core is a metal drummer. Like that's what he is. And it's incredible in context to the music, but I don't know how to write that or program it or anything like that. I come from a very like rock and like blues and singer-songwriter background. Grant's very much in like rock and pop punk. So we're all just so different. So having all of our opinions on the music is just so nice. And then we have a producer that we work with who does all the mixing and mastering, and we call him the unofficial member of the band because he does so much writing and everything with us. I mean, everything that we do goes through him at the end, and he adds all the ear candy, all the little stuff. Makes it sound like we know what we're doing, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting stuff because I've met you guys before, but I don't really know your background that much, so it's not that surprising that you have such diverse musical backgrounds, because the music, I mean, it's got almost like, you know, it's very modern sounding, but, you know, almost like a 80s synth pop kind of vibe to it, and then it's got but the percussion is much more, aggressive is not the right word, but involved maybe instead of just kind of the drum track laid back stuff. And then the playing is amazing, so it's really good stuff.
Yeah, we're all like, especially me as like one of the main writers. Like I'm just so into 80s music. I like music now is great, but it's never been like it was back then. And I mean, on the drum front, like I'm not a drummer by any means, but my favorite thing is when a drummer's just going crazy, or when the drums like fill so much area and space. And well, I mean, we're again with all the stuff we're into. I mean, you got like club music, house music, like garage rock out of the UK. I was really, when I got into like really writing music and producing music, I was only making like festival EDM music. That's all I was into, which is very involved percussion wise. So it's kind of where I got it. And then this guy's crazy and always has wild ideas. So
no, it's really great. I mean, you know, because I think what makes it work, it doesn't sound too busy, because the music is not trying to fight with it the whole time. You know, you're letting the big keyboard pads and things sit there as a bed, and then he can work over that.
Right.
And then the same kind of thing, when you back off a little, the guitars kind of fill. So it's really very well done. Very impressed.
And I think what that is before we ever played our first show together, and our first show ever was we played the St. Andrews Mardi Gras Festival in 2024. And we had about 90 minutes up there. And before we ever got to that stage, we had rehearsed well over 150, 160 hours.
That's great.
We had spent a lot of time practicing, just because, I mean, we all had a certain standard that we expected from ourselves and each other. So we go through every single song 5-6 times before we moved on to anything else. And we would just, I mean, God, we really beat ourselves into the ground how much we rehearsed. But it really paid off, because, rehearsal this morning was the first time that all three of us had played together, I think, since the beginning of December. Since we played at AJ's, since we played over there, and it was just like we've been playing together yesterday.
Yeah, no, it sounds.
We're just so
you
tight.
ran through a song before, you know, like in a sound check here, and it sounded great. So, speaking of which, let's hear some music, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, folks, it's the Nova. Check them out. It's good stuff.
We're gonna start off with a few different ones. This first one's the one of the first tracks off that we ever put out. It's one of the openers to our EP. It's called Lost in Your Love.
I'm begging you, just don't leave me. There's nothing else I'd rather do than be loved by you. And I'm lost in your love tonight. When you look into my eyes and do fix my heart just right, and I'm lost in your love tonight. But do you believe me when I say I'm working on myself? Well, I tried so hard for so damn long, but I guess I lost myself. You're sneaking and you're reading your text with your back to me as if I haven't felt. Pulling away, I miss our dreams together and our visions of time and space. And now I wish I could just tell you how I'm lost in your love tonight. When you look into my eyes and do fix my heart just right, and I'm lost in your love tonight. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Maybe I'm in too deep. Maybe I'm in between. Maybe I'm in too deep. Maybe I'm in between. Maybe I'm in too deep. Maybe I'm in between. Maybe I'm in too deep. Maybe I'm in between. I'm in between. Oh, oh. And I'm lost in your love tonight. When you look into my eyes and do fix my heart just right, I'm lost in your love tonight. Maybe I'm in too deep, and maybe I'm in between. Maybe I'm in too deep, and maybe I'm in between. I'm in between. Oh, oh.
Woo! Yeah.
Nice. Thank you guys. Thank you.
She said I can't feel my tongue, and it seems my face is going numb. She reach for the mirror to cut another one. She's so scared of what's in her head, how she'd rather lapse again. No matter what you did or said, you always knew. You see it in her eyes, see it in her eyes, you see it in her eyes, you see it in her eyes. She's so scared of what she believes, and she don't feel God in her dreams. So she blows it and knocks her head back. Maybe this time she will slow down and go down and keep her sanity. Maybe this time she won't have to speak. You see it in her eyes, 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 you see it in her eyes.
Thank you, guys. Well, I remember feeling so down. I've been abusing myself, but I remember when I saw you with your little shots and head down. You were some kind of succubus, you were full of some kind of lust. You had a gun in your closet and made in your mouth, always something up to bounce. And I've been thinking about all your lies, all the little times you cried. And in a different life, you and I, we could give it a try. A different life, you and I. And there was something about you that made me think I love you. But your racist remarks and the way that you talk told me that I ought to run. And now you got me running round and round, because I'm looking for your corner now. Because you're messed up in the head and you make the room spin. I'll go right back again. And I've been thinking about all your lies, all the little times you cried. And in a different life, you and I, we could give it a try. A different life, you and I. guys.
That's
Thank
good
you.
stuff, man. That is good stuff.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit. I mean, our local music scene in Panama City, Northwest Florida, has really grown over the years. And it's guys like you and My Fever and a lot of other people. There's a lot of core bands out there doing it too that don't usually get the attention because they're kind of niche. Kind of niche, yeah. Tell me a little bit about how you've seen this community almost be like an incubator for new music for you guys. Places like Mosey's downtown and some other places where they're letting people have stage time. Tell me a little bit about how that's been for you.
So it's a good question. It's a little bit back and forth. So when we get good response, it's great. But I would say the music scene has grown like a lot, but it not that it only supports like some music, but it really kind of has grown in a particular direction where we're not, okay, example. So we do like cover gigs and stuff around town because, the best practice is on stage in front of people.
Absolutely.
And it also, helps us pay for, all the things we do, their advertising, the merch, the recording, the this, the that. I would say that at the venues that we've been very welcomed at, it has just been incredible. I mean, it's like when we play there, we know there's people there who are there to see us, and they are having a great time. They know the words. We have a really awesome fan base, and our biggest goal when we were trying to build our fan base was we really, really needed younger people, just because that's really where we, that's where we really not market towards. But I think that's just where we shine the most because we're trying to kind of do our
that's the kind of music you're playing.
It's the kind of stuff we're doing, and it's been awesome. We play Mosey's a lot, Mosey's downtown. That's been our kind of main place for us to go play original music. Now we play our music at all of our shows that we play because we're like, we got you here, we might as well show you some music. But we, in our kind of direction we're heading, where we're trying to really, get that next step, the really trying to tour more, really trying to get in front of as many people as possible. For us, Panama City just become a really good home base, where we are comfortable here. We're not like moving off somewhere right now where we're going to be freaking out the whole time because we just moved off somewhere we don't know. It's really good for us to be comfortable here so that we can go work on stuff outside of town. And that's been, I would say our two biggest things have been book shows outside of town and record music. That's been our kind of thing the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to grow. An independent brand.
Right. And every time we play out of town too, people always really seem to like it. We have great response. Again, we rehearse a lot.
Yeah.
So we're really tight, and we put a lot of time into our show. Every little aspect. Okay, like if we're playing as a full band, there might be a part where there's like a drum fill that we're like, hey, we'll stand up and play it. So we're really focusing on the show, the dramaticism of it, the look and the vibe, and it's done a lot for us so far. I don't know if that really answered your question.
No, that's great. That's the kind of old guy. I have a whole different view of the music scene but I get what you're saying about, a lot of times when you're doing cover shows, people are showing up. They might be, it's the Nova, great, but they're going to the club.
Yeah, they're not really coming to see us. They're going to the bar that we're playing at, and we happen to be there. Whereas if you're doing like an original show at a Mosey's or somewhere like that, right? And
that people are going to see. These guys are going to see you, which is a whole different. All these beautiful people are going to see you, which is a totally different kind of vibe than, hey, we'll slip one of our originals amongst the songs that everybody wants to hear what they know.
Plus, I would say like the kind of stuff that we cover, the music that we choose to do, it's not like typical like cover band stuff. Yeah. Like we play a handful of songs from the top 40, and other than that, it's just songs that we like. Well,
and I've seen you guys play a time or two, and it's kind of you're playing them kind of your way too.
Yes, we have our own arrangements of everything.
I'm trying to sound exactly like the band that I'm covering. It's like this is our interpretation of that with our sound, which I think is very cool.
The reason that we do that too is because as we're playing originals in our cover shows, we don't want the originals to stick out like a sore thumb. We want it to be like, what was that they just did? So if we morph the covers to kind of be the way that we like to play music, then when we play our originals, it just kind of flows. Because we don't announce that we did originals till like after we've done them.
Yeah.
We just like to play them, and people will walk up and be like, "Hey, what song was that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's our song. We wrote that." That's always cool when you don't tell people you're playing an original. Because then also, for some reason, if you're at like a bar and you're like, "Yeah, we're gonna play an original," people are like, "Cool, I'm gonna go get a drink, or I'm gonna go
But it
outside."
just kind of turns you off.
I'm gonna go smoke. Yeah, they're not. Just because, I mean, and I understand. As someone who loves music, if I go to a bar and I'm hearing a cover band, I kind of just, I might just want to hear that or whatever. I get it. So we just we just sneak them in. And people, it seems to do well.
No, every time I've seen you guys, it's been excellent. Excellent.
Thank you. Let's play a few more songs. I was talking earlier about we were in the studio a couple weeks ago. We set aside a couple weeks where we could take a few different days and just spend like 10, 12 hours in the studio. If nothing came from it, nothing came from it, but we had to at least like really put the time and effort in. And we got 6 songs done. By done, that means that I finished recording my part for vocals, because that's always the thing that takes the most time to get done, the most time to get to especially. A song might be done for 3 months before I start doing vocals. So we just went ahead and did everything. This was the one that we loved the instrumental. I just didn't have any words for it. Because the thing I try to do when I'm writing songs is listen to just the music and try and figure out if it makes me remember like an experience or like evoke a certain emotion. Okay, then I'm going to write to that. Like, oh, it makes me think about when this happened. Okay, I'll just write about that. Or it makes me feel like this when I listen to it. Okay, I'll write to that emotion. And this was just like, it's really somber, like just a little acoustic thing, like a really stripped back. And most of our songs in the recording sessions are 100 to 125 tracks. There's 20 vocal tracks, 15, 20, 30 drum tracks, 20 guitar tracks. There's so much stuff going on. And this is like 30 things. Nothing really is happening. It's just a good song. But it's like an emotion that I'm not currently feeling. You know what I mean? The song is sad, but I'm not sad. I'm having a great time. So I had to like escape the recording room and just go in the other room and just sit with the song and like force myself to get there just for like 20 minutes, just so I could be like, cool, how do I get this song to write itself essentially? And so this is the first time that we are playing it for anyone outside of the people that were there and the close people that hear everything. This is a new song from the Nova that will be out at some point this year called In the Morning, You'll Be Gone.
guess I've come too far now to stop. Your waves break me down and pick me up. It will feel so painful to erase you. I guess that's the way things are. And who are you? And what have I become of you? We both know that in the morning you'll be gone, that you'll be gone, that you'll be gone.
Thank you. This is the most recent song that we dropped. We made a joke for a really long time that we'd never have an acoustic version because how could we do this song acoustically? And then we were like, we need another song to play for this event here. So this is a song called My Head. I really like the song. It's one of my favorite things I've ever written lyrically. It's just it doesn't sound like it. It's about having anxiety. More like anxiety having you.
Go down before you let the air out, and slow down. You're in your own head now. She said we've had some problems, but maybe we can work out. Just lie to me and tell me that it's my fault for living in my head. Don't know what you said. Are we living or are we dead? Living in my head. Don't know what you meant. Are we living or are we dead? So go down. Don't you come up for air now. And show how much you wanna live now. She said pray to me, lie to me, mess me up entirely. Write a line of things just to feel something inside of me. And slow down. You're living in your head now, now. Living in my head. Don't know what you said. Are we living or are we dead? I'm living in my head. Don't know what you meant. Are we living or are we dead? Ain't know what you said. Living in my own head. Don't know what you meant. Are we living or are we dead? I'm living in my head. Don't know what you said. Are we living or are we dead? I'm living in my head.
This is the one that people are always asking us to play, or to release, honestly. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe.
It never comes out the way I want. And I tried everything but giving in to your tips. Anyone would tell you that kinda got a little hard to stand. Lecture me and come and do, make me feel a little less, a little less. And having you was always such a chore, having you. 'Cause you could throw your chain locks down and bond me to my hut. And loving me must have been a bore, loving me. I'll say I never came around, but maybe that's what she was looking for. Not anymore. Tell me that it's all just a game. I'll wake up feeling just the same, the way I did when I met you. Tell me that I'm just insane. Don't you lie, you do it all the same. Give me hell before I drown, before I drown. I'm scared to hear you talk the way you do. And maybe it's the way that you raise your voice when you're confused. Without me, you'll always be alone. Without me, and I hope you know the things you did, words you said will always come back to you. Tell me that it's all just a game. That I'll wake up feeling just the same, the way I did when I met you. Tell me that I'm just insane. Don't you lie, you do it all the same. Just give me hell before I drown, before I drown, before I drown, before I drown.
Yeah. Woo! Beautiful stuff, gentlemen. Beautiful stuff. Where can people hear your music, follow where you're playing, learn more about you? Give me all your .coms. And stuff.
Okay, so we've got all the basic stuff. We got Instagram, that's at the Nova the band. Facebook is just the Nova, and in true Facebook fashion, it's a little bit hard to find on there. But the Instagram has our link tree, which goes to we have a website, thenovatheband.com. We've got everything is on all the streaming platforms. Spotify seems to be our main one. I think that's kind of the main one for everyone. But at the Nova the Band is Instagram. The link tree that we have associated with all the accounts takes you to everything you could ever need for the band. Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon Music, Tidal, YouTube. I mean, if you can think about it, it's up there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Everybody get out and see these guys. Buy their music they release, not just stream it, because the stream you get .004
of a penny or something.
But if you buy the music, you go to the show, you get the merch, they'll have more money to make more music.
Yes, we've got new merch ideas. We haven't ordered any of it. We have some new stuff that we're gonna do. We have CDs.
Yeah.
We have a whole bunch of merch we're gonna be getting here soon, and then we got music coming out this year. And this is definitely the best stuff we've written so far, 100% without a doubt. It is the EP we all think is great. This is so good. Everything we've got so far.
Can't wait to hear it. Really can't.
Thanks for having us out.
Oh, absolutely.
To Gulf Coast.
Thank you for all you guys coming out and supporting
thanks,
the
Mike,
band,
for inviting
supporting
us.
the music.
This feels so official, so professional. You know,
you guys.
we never
are a
knew
little
when we
bit
started
scary
this. We'd end up here.
To be a local act and be this on the ball.
Thank you.
Most people come rolling in here like, you got a chord I can use? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We brought all the fixins, all the stuff that we
just
needed.
Playing, everybody that's been on the show before now. I'm just playing. No, we've had really good luck and a lot of good talent. So, you got another song?
We got one more song, and then we are done.
Out the door. So, Brady, Will, Grant, not related, no relation.
No relation.
Inside joke there. Sorry.
Those two specifically were my brothers.
Yes.
Everywhere we go, I'll walk in somewhere and they're like, "Hey, Grant." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not me," and the same thing happens to him.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the
Even
only
when we're in
one.
the same
I've done
room,
that
it just
twice
happens.
now. So I officially apologize in front of everyone that I've done that twice to you now. So anyway, they are the Nova. Pretty spectacular. Lay it on us there, buddy.
Thank you. This is the title track off of our debut EP we put out, the Sorry's Not Enough EP. The last song we played was a song called Calling You. That is, that's next. Whenever next is, that's next. February. That's it. That's the month. This song called Sorry's Not Enough. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Thanks to Gulf Coast for having us. This has been awesome. We'll have to do it again.
We were halfway to Venus when you said your goodbyes. Guess I should have known, but look in your eye, something wasn't right. I couldn't believe you did me so dirty, and I feel a thing, and it feels so wrong, like it was all my fault, and it feels like you got nothing better to do. So baby, run. Light me on fire and say I love you. We'll lie to ourselves and we'll give it a go. Sorry, but this time sorry's not enough. And sorry's not enough. I couldn't lie, couldn't try to make amends. I'm a little too angry to come back to bed. Maybe this time you won't aim for my head. nothing better to do. So baby run, 'cause I know that it's you. You light me on fire and say I love you. We'll lie to ourselves and we'll give it a go. Sorry, but this time sorry's not enough. Sorry, but this time sorry's not enough. You don't have to go too far if you don't want to deal with the cards. We can make believe with the little game of king and the queen now. Baby run, 'cause I know that it's you. You light me on fire and say I love you. We'll lie to ourselves and we'll give it a go. Sorry, but this time sorry's not enough. Oh, sorry, but this time sorry's not enough.
Hey!
Thank you guys. We are the Nova. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having us. We'll catch you guys next time.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Radio Cosmos Live. Thanks a lot again to the in-house audience here for coming out and supporting the band, supporting local music. Thanks to you guys for watching, and we will be back soon. The Nova!